Hello everybody. Today I'm doing my first firearm review, so just bear with me. But the gun that I'm reviewing today is going to be pretty cool. The class that it's in has always been a dream gun of mine to own. So without further ado, let's get into it. So even if you're not a firearm extraordinaire, everybody and their brother knows about the 1911, and the old timers will sit there and tell you it's the firearm that won two world wars back to back for the United States, so forth, so forth. The 1911 was made famous for multiple reasons. One of them being that some models of it take a very big bullet, the 45 auto, big old fat heavy round. And it was also known for the reliability and the durability, and it just looks good, and also the crisp trigger pull. Um, so that it's an iconic gun, and within, I think it was the past 10 years or so, they came out with a double stacked 1911. They call it the 2011, and they can get pretty expensive. And up until recently, if you wanted to get into the 2011 market, excuse me, you were looking to start out at 1,300 and go all the way up to $6,000. Starting with the Springfield Prodigy, in the middle was the Staccato, and then at the end was Nighthawks and Terran Tactical. But with all that being said, a few companies here recently, in the recent years, have created more entry level 2011s, as I like to call them. I wouldn't say budget because they're still not cheap, but for a 2011, they're a pretty good price. Pretty good deal. Like, you got Mac, you've got the Live Free Armory Apollo 11. I've heard mixed reviews about that one. Then you have Gearson, and Gearson makes the 2311 Witness, and you can get the 2311 Witness double stack in 10 mil, 9 mil, and 45. Yes, you heard it right, a double stack 45. That is ridiculous, and who wouldn't want one of those? Sadly, none of those are the 2011 that I have and am reviewing today. But I did get what some would call the cheapest 2011 on the market, and I'm pretty sure there's some 2011s out there that are made by lesser known brands. Um, but today we are going to be reviewing this. I just picked this up yesterday. I have not had a chance to fire it. The only thing that I have done is I did add a light to it, and I took it apart and oiled it up and checked everything. So here we go. This is the Tisas B9R DS. DS meaning double stack, 9 meaning chambered in 9 mil. Like I said, I did put a cheap PL Turbo Valkyrie light on it from Olight just because I had it sitting on the shelf. But overall, you know, first look at it, opening the box, it's a pretty sleek looking firearm. There are some shortcomings on it, but they're not really that big of a deal. It's just a few things that you might want to pay attention to when owning one of these, and some things that you might want to upgrade. But like I said, these ones come in right around $750. Like I said, that's why I didn't want to call it budget, because they're still kind of pricey, but they're budget minded in the 2011 world compared to its competitors. So, like I said, it comes right in at $750. It comes with two mags, two Checkmate 17 round mags, and these will take Staccato mags, they'll take Prodigy mags, basically almost any 2011 mag it will take. The Checkmate mags, Checkmate is the same one who makes the mags for Staccato and the Prodigy, so we'll have no problem accepting those. So right off the bat, like I was talking about, pretty sleek looking firearm. Let me get this box out the way here. So first thing you notice when you pick it up is it's a lot lighter than its counterpart. The second thing is it feels realistically, and I love 1911s to death, but the wider grip just feels better in your hand, especially if you're a person that's used to Glocks. Another thing that I like is the extended mag release as opposed to the mag release on the 1911s where it's kind of shallow. This one sticks out a little bit more, so you don't have to wrap your thumb around the gun to drop the mag out. And it's got a milled slide, a milled receiver, and polymer grips. It's got ambi safeties on it right here. It is optic cut on the slide for the RMSC optic, but those are really tiny. So there's a company called C&H that makes an adapter plate to go from RMSC footprint to the RMR footprint, which is like what you get on Glocks and certain models of other pistols that have the bigger red dots. But like I said, I pulled it down last night just to check and make sure everything was lubed up, everything looked good, and it, functioned like it was supposed to. It does have the GI style guide rod, so it's not a full length. And one of the shortcomings of this gun that I wanted to talk about was the barrel bushing. The barrel seems to have, if you can see here, it seems to have a little bit too much play in the barrel bushing side to side and up and down. So I will be upgrading that with a Wilson Combat stainless barrel bushing. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to be getting a Wilson Combat full-length guide rod with a 10-pound recoil spring. The recoil spring that's in here that comes with these is a 16-pound, but I don't shoot heavy load 9 mils. So, I mean, the heaviest I shoot, I think, is 124, but I generally stay in the 115 range, with target rounds and hollow points if I can. But like I said, everything feels great. I love the ambi safeties. The trigger pull on this thing is a little bit less. It's about a pound or two less than the standard 1911. Your standard 1911 triggers run between 5 to 6 pounds. This one is about 4.5, and it's got a good reset on it. Sorry, I just hit the mic. That's your reset, and that's your take up. So not too bad at all. And like I said, for being $750 in a market where you're looking to spend $1,000 or more on a halfway decent 2011, this is a good gun for the money that you're going to pay for it. A few things, like I was talking about the barrel bushing and the guide rod and all that stuff, just a few things, and together the barrel bushing, the guide rod, and the spring, you're looking at paying $65-$70 for all three of those. And if you want to run the RMSC optic, that's up to you. You can get good RMR optics, for anywhere starting at $60. And if you want to get a hollow sun or Trigicon and drop $450 to $500 on a sight, be my guest. I do like the iron sights on it. The iron sights are very good. They are definitely better than most of the old style 1911 sights. The only thing that I would say about the iron sights is that because the gun is the 5-inch government version, the front sight, if you're looking down the rear and looking towards the front looks really skinny between the two posts of the rear sight. But other than that, I've got nothing bad to say about it. I will tell you this, there is a reason I wanted the 5-inch version, and that is because if you get the carry version, what they call it, it is the 4.25-inch barrel. You cannot put full-size lights on it unless you get an adapter, because the pick rail on the 4.25-inch barrel carry version only comes with 3 rail pockets to mount objects and not 4 like you would need to mount the full-size lights like your Surefire X300, your TLR1s, and all that other stuff. Another thing that I would recommend getting, you can get them directly from Tisas. It is a flared magwell for these, and just because, fast reload. But other than that, like I said, I've got nothing bad to say about it. It is a good feeling gun. The trigger feels great. It feels great in your hand. And like I said, for the price point, it's not a bad gun. You spend at most $100 on necessities to upgrade it a little bit, and you've got a great functioning 2011 for $850. Okay. And like I said, I haven't been able to shoot this thing yet because it's been raining and I just haven't had time. But tomorrow I would like to do a first shots video to show you guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to compare this one to the 1911. Now, this one is 9mm and this one's chambered in 45. And you're probably saying to yourself, well, of course it's going to feel different. One's 45 and one's 9mm. Well, I'm talking, when I say compare the two, I'm talking about how it feels, in your hands while you shoot and all that stuff, the triggers and so forth. The ergonomics of the gun, so to speak. So be looking forward to that tomorrow, but for right now, I'm going to put this back in the box and I'm going to probably clean this one because I haven't cleaned it in a while. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out and have a good evening.